What's going on, everybody? It's Dominic with PowerSlap News, and joining me here in Vegas is Azael El Perro. How are you, man?
Good, how are you, man?
I'm good. Sorry if I didn't say that right. I can't roll those R's.
It's Azael El Perro Rodriguez. Yeah, it's all good, man. I understand when people can't roll those R's. I have so many friends that can't. They'll say Azael, but then they can't do it.
I'll try. I'll keep trying. One of these days, I'll nail your intro. I promise you. But here we are in Vegas. You got a fight coming up, man. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pumped up, man. I'm ready for this next event. That last event where I fought for the title, just it didn't go as I wanted it to, so it just sparked a little bit of a fire. It was just maybe the ignition that I needed in order for me to just come back even stronger, man.
Well, I know last we spoke, you said you moved to be closer to your gym, to get more training, to get more in there. Are we gonna see a different Azael come up to that? What do they call it? The barrel?
Oh yeah, man. I actually left my wife in Grenada just to for her to finish her studies, while I did my own preparations of my own career. Went out to San Diego for about 2 months. Just to do like a training camp style of training this time around. I wasn't so much focusing on the slapping aspect, I was focusing on the boxing aspect, but it all comes back to the slap, man. Slap is here to stay in my career. I'm here to stay in the game. So for me personally, I just think the strategy of me being just fresh with the boxing, fresh with sparring, fresh with everything that comes with the boxing aspect of training and powerlifting and running is what's gonna get me to be successful in this sport.
So you've been working hard. I know I've seen it on the Instagram. If anyone's not following, follow the Instagram. Azael's been really putting in the hours out there, moving away mentally. Everyone tells me PowerSlap's mental. PowerSlap's mental. You had to leave family to go train. Mentally, what'd that do for you? Was that straining? Is that going to take a toll coming up to PowerSlap2?
I mean, it was a little bit. I don't think it really like affected me because I used it more as the time that I was out there. I was just more of it was a focus. So there wasn't really like a lot for me to like start thinking like, wow, like, I mean, I did miss my wife and my kids are my pets, but I mean, we got FaceTime, we got phone calls, we were able to talk every day, that kind of stuff. So it wasn't so much, it didn't affect me, man. If anything, it just fueled even more to the fire. So especially because I was able to bring my wife out this time around, I was able to make it happen just because I'm out here in San Diego. I left you for 2 months, come out over here and just support me. It's good to have her over here. So I think if anything, it helped me out, man.
That's awesome, man. Yeah. That's a really good way to like spin that. So everyone tells me the sport is mental. So something like leaving your family, friends, pets behind, right? That's going to drain on a fighter, and then coming up to the podium, you may see those effects. Speaking of coming up to the podium, how you feeling? Weight on point? Everything looking good?
Oh man, weight is on point this time around. I actually bulked up. I was the last 4 fights that I had, I was low 180s, so I was just like, I think some of the fights that in the beginning, I was coming in at like 179 and still competing the way I was competing. So this time around, I was like, okay, there's some little changes that I need to do physically as far as weight. So I did end up bulking up a little bit, and now I'm back to my weight, man. I'm right on the dot. I'm ready to go, man.
Nice, that's good to hear. I know a lot of other fighters out there are still telling me they got 1 or 2 pounds to work off. You're telling me good to go, ready for weigh-ins.
Yeah, ready for weigh-ins. I might wake up early tomorrow just to double check, just in case if I have to go sweat a little bit. I might hop on the treadmill, just maybe like 10 minutes. Nothing too crazy, nothing like others that need to go on the sauna and all that kind of stuff. I'm able to eat. I'm able to do everything that's with that.
So speaking of now mental game, are you gonna pull the flex? Come, everyone's getting ready. You're gonna see Azael walk past with the McDonald's in the morning, the McDonald's breakfast while everyone else is starving.
I was doing that this morning. I don't know if you saw me. I actually ate 2 double cheeseburgers. I went to Denny's. Everyone was like, "What the fuck?" Like, man, it's just my style of training is just I don't like cutting even a couple of days before the fight. It's just I like to stay in shape. I like to be able to just eat whatever I want, especially with my wife. We both are like very high foodies. We like to enjoy our meals, so I hate restricting myself. So that's why I train the way I do, because I like to eat, man.
Well, Brian said as soon as you walked away, he's like, McDonald's on weigh-in week, that's a flex.
Hell yeah, man. And I even called my wife and I was like, hey, can you bring me my second double cheeseburger? And she came all the way downstairs to bring my double cheeseburger because the bus was about to leave. That's why I had her come down. But yeah, everyone was like, another one? I'm like, fuck yeah. I ate Chick-fil-A earlier. Oh man, I fucking ate all.
Big flex. This guy's big flexing on everybody.
Man,
Everyone's starving out there.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. I'm fucking on point, man. Like, it's good to just be able to work out and just get ready for slab, man.
Do you think your opponent's on point? You think your opponent's doing the same thing? Head game, everything is there? Or do you think, maybe they miss weight?
Man, with Jesse, he was in the house and it was always, he's a heavy 185er. As far as I know, he's always been like at the 190s. Last video that I saw of him posting, it was about a week ago or so. He was at the mid 190s. I don't know how hard he works. Mm-hmm. He might just be one of those that are gonna go into the sauna and just cut that water weight and then come back up. But man, I don't know. Jesse, he hasn't really posted anything, and I never really interacted with him that way to know how much work he puts in, or how much he's willing to cut and all that kind of stuff. So I saw him earlier. I didn't really size him up, but I mean, what I've seen on Instagram or whatever is just it seems to me that he's gonna have to cut like a couple of days before maybe tomorrow's the weigh-in, so we'll see.
We'll see. I was speaking to him earlier as well. He says he's gonna be okay. He says he's gonna make it. Out of the fights on the card, there's only 2 of them that are really kind of classic PowerSlap road to the title. Yours is one of them. He just has that feeling, right? It's you versus Jesse. Both you guys were on the house. Both you guys PowerSlap won. Jesse unfortunately didn't get a chance to fight on that one. He was a ringer. He was there, but he didn't get to fight. Anything left over from the house that may be going to get hashed out here, or is that all done? This is something completely fresh.
With Jesse, actually, there was never times where I said, I really didn't engage with him. Mm-hmm. There was a time where he tried to kind of say something when I posted rank number 2. He said, no one cares about your rank. I think he was just salty that I was going to be on the live event. But then afterwards, when I actually lost to John, he just chose the wrong words to say to me after that fight. Mm-hmm. So I mean, if you've been following my how I perform, it's I mostly perform even more dangerously after someone talks shit or whatever, or they try to say something that they're not supposed to just to make themselves feel better. And I think Jesse just misspoke, and he kind of made fun of the fact that I was knocked out, and he's like, at least I didn't get knocked out. Man, and I didn't even know at this point that me and Jesse were fighting. So I was like, all right, one of these times I'm gonna get matched up with you, I'm gonna knock you out. And then they hit me up and they're like, you and Jesse. I'm like, hell yeah, man, I'm gonna knock this guy out. And it's not even just I remember me and Carice, I really wanted to knock out Carice, but this one with Jesse is just a different, it's not just knocking Jesse out, it's not just hurting him, it's just I want to be able to just slap him so beautifully that people are just going to be like, what the hell, such a beautiful slap? And no, man, you have no idea.
Beautiful slap. That's the first
beautiful slap.
That's the first I've heard.
Exactly, man. Because I rewatched one of the slaps with Carice, and I hadn't seen, because they post different angles, or they post different sounds. Mm-hmm. I don't know, from the different mics perspective, from the different mics. And there was one that they showed that it just sounded like. And I was like, what the? I wish they would have shown that in the show. But when I saw that video and how beautiful that slap sounded, man, I was like, okay, now I could create a different sound with Jesse's head. That's my goal, man.
It's funny that you're bringing up the sound, because I was talking to Jimmy Jumps down there, and that's all he's been focused on. He's like, I gotta get that clap, just that clap. And does the sound come from the perfect strike, or is the sound like a power thing?
I think it's the perfect strike, man. I think it's the way I would want to compare it is, if you've ever hit, I played baseball for 12 years, so when you hit that ball in that right spot, you hear the ding, with the metal, and you know it's getting out of the park. You know, like that's that sweet spot that the baseball bat has. I could equate that to the sweet spot that slap could create. You know.
So you're telling me Jesse's face is the sweet spot coming up?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Hopefully, with the beard that he has, I'm gonna have to work my way into to be able to still slap it hard enough and fast enough to sound. Maybe it'll create a different sound, but a beautiful one.
So come the fight, what are fans gonna expect here?
Man, they're gonna expect. I think. They're gonna expect a knockout, man. It's gonna be a beautiful, powerful, dangerous slap. It's gonna be like a silent. I think it's gonna be like a, and then silence.
Man, I like that. The
Yeah,
beautiful
man.
slap.
Yeah,
I like that's a good T-shirt, man. That's a good T-shirt.
Oh yeah, hey, it is, man.
A beautiful slap.
I'm gonna have to make it happen. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't like to do shit until I make what I say happen. It's gonna happen.
So then once you do it, then the T-shirt.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay,
man.
I'll buy one. That's
Thank
awesome.
you, man. I will appreciate that.
I don't want to take up too much of your night. I know it's Vegas. There's things to do. You're talking about taking wifey out. I don't want to take up your time away from that. Thank you so much for giving me some of your time.
Thank you so much for your time, man.
Before we go, where can the people find you?
Follow me on Instagram, Azael El Perro Rodriguez. My TikTok it should be also Azael El Perro Rodriguez. All those should link my Twitter, my Facebook, and if you can't find me, you should be able to find me just by searching me at this point. But if not, Azael El Perro Rodriguez on Instagram it's like the more engaging part of my social media right now.
There you go. Make sure you're following PowerSlap2 coming up. Make sure you're following live on Rumble. I'm here. We're here. It's exciting. Again, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, man.